it's 8:30 on the dot. Hey there, YouTube. I'm scared. Should I shut the lights off so I can be more scared? Oh. Actually. Oh my gosh. So yeah, my last stream, I'm pretty sure you guys couldn't hear me. What if I did this stream with the lights off so you guys can't see me? That's actually kind of a fun idea now that I think about it. I just thought of that just now. I had not thought of that a few minutes ago, like starting this video and going into this. This is an experimental stream right now because yeah, I did a stream earlier this afternoon that I guess doesn't have audio again. So I think that's like the second or third time that's happened. Probably the third. Oh my god. I don't even really know at this point. Yeah, that sucks. But part of what I was mentioning in that video earlier, obviously, well, it was long. It was over 2.5 hours. It was supposed to be, well, actually, I think the timestamp, I think the full length of it, it's interesting because the full length of it posted, so yeah, you can see the timestamp, I'm pretty sure, on there. Over 2.5 hours, like 2 hours and 40 minutes, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. But yeah, no audio. So I had obviously talked about a lot in that video, but part of what I had mentioned was a lot of stuff. Oh, that I've been having issues with my phone. Obviously, I have issues with my phone. Yes, I've been having issues with my phone for a very long time now. But, so today is Wednesday. Last night on Tuesday, for my shift here at the club on Tuesday, and yes, I'm at the club right now, in the dressing room, or one of them. I was trying to take new screenshots from my videos to get thumbnails for those videos, and in order to try to do that, lately I've been having to go back and delete previous older photos to make a little more space to get new ones. So on Tuesday night, I was having issues with that, where at first some of my old pictures were deleting, and then moments later, like at that same time pretty much, like before I had gone to close my phone and reopen it later, pretty much in that same time span, where I was right there in those same moments looking at the screen at the same time, they just stopped deleting, basically. And this went on, it kind of went back and forth throughout the night. Yes, as you can probably tell from the video that I posted before the last one I did today, I'm pretty sure my phone is very hacked by possibly multiple sources at this point. I have no idea. But it's very, very compromised, much like myself. Go figure. So, yeah, at first I was able to delete old pictures on Tuesday night. Last night? Yes, last night. And then I wasn't. And then later on in the night, it was kind of the same thing. I was, and then I wasn't. And actually that same thing has been happening today. So I have tried restarting my phone a few different times, and sometimes that seems to help, sometimes it doesn't, because again, it kind of just keeps going back and forth. So I'm not really able to get try to get a gauge on what's going on here. But silver lining, I'm trying to tell myself. So when I ended my shift last night, it was back to, like I said, I had gone back and forth where they were deleting, then they weren't, and then they were. When I ended my shift, they were back to deleting. Like when I tried to delete them on purpose. So then I was kind of like, okay, well, that's great. Maybe I won't have to bother to go out later this week to go to the Apple store, because at first when they weren't deleting, I was telling myself, all right, well, I'll have to make a point to try to go to the Apple store later this week if I can, you know, like if weather allows and that kind of thing. So when they went back to seeming okay again and deleting when I tried to get them to, I was like, oh great, I don't have to go out. But I mean, I guess it's a good thing for me to try to push myself to go out on my days off when I can. I honestly really don't want to, but a part of me does, just to like try to do something. Maybe I can try to go to the gym that day. It all just feels pretty pointless, honestly. I've said multiple times before, I guess I don't really foresee that changing at any point in the future. I guess I'll just try to do it anyways. So I wanted to try to come back, yeah, it's real confusing. I wanted to try to come back on here now to, I guess, see if this video goes okay, see if it has audio. And I really don't like how I look in this dressing room. I look like complete crap, which is usually the case for me, but if I park in a decent spot in my car when I'm doing my videos from there like I usually do, depending on where I park and how the lighting is outside and the sun and where the clouds and the sun are and stuff in the sky, that kind of thing, I guess, I don't know. Sometimes I can get, well actually usually I feel like I can get decent enough lighting in my car to where I'm kind of okay with how I look from that spot where I do my videos in my car. Whereas pretty much anywhere else, including in here, that's not the case, and I really hate how I look on camera most other places. So that's a big part of why I do my videos from my car. There are other reasons. But yeah, I just so happen to be able to usually get the lighting to my liking for the most part from there. Whereas in here and pretty much anywhere else, I'm just like, ew, gross, no, go away. So like with this video, I really probably won't care if it doesn't post okay, because I'm not gonna like how I look, or I'm also gonna be attempting to do a protein bar review. So I'm not gonna be crazy about me eating on camera. Like I know I'm not gonna like how that looks or how I feel doing that. So if this doesn't post, great, that'll probably just be for the better. And I might even wear this Burger King hat just to add to that. Oh yeah. But it's kind of funny because, not really funny, but sure, why not? I'll try to tell myself that, it's hilarious. When I was doing my video earlier today, the one that got muted, I was doing it because it was so long and I was talking about it felt like I was talking about a lot of different things. So I was going on my notes like I oftentimes do, and I was crossing out, after I was talking or felt like I was finished talking about one thing that was on my notes, I was crossing it out to attempt to make it a little easier for myself to see where I was at with my notes and what I had already mentioned and what I hadn't, of what I had written down. And as I was crossing them off, I was kind of like really crossing them off pretty well, like pretty heavily with the pen. And I was just thinking to myself, you know, based on how so many of my videos have gone in the past previously, I was like, I really shouldn't be fully scribbling these out, because especially with how long that video was, I was like, I just had, you know, doubts as to whether that video was going to post properly. My original concern was the timestamp being how long it was. I originally was concerned that the full thing might not post, because I've noticed with the videos that I do that are especially long, like 2 hours or longer, I guess, those ones especially seem to be the ones that get cut short where the full thing doesn't post all the way. So I wasn't as concerned about the audio, because I feel like I've had it's more common, or I've had more times and more instances where it's been more of like a timestamp kind of thing where the full video hasn't posted, whereas the audio issue where they've just been muted, I guess, I think that's only happened once or twice, and possibly even just once. It's interesting how that's so upsetting to me when it happens, and I really don't even know if it was once or twice. I just know that it's happened less often than the timestamp thing. But I also kind of had a bad feeling about that video that I edited earlier today, because when I looked at the timestamp at the end of the video before I logged off, it said that it was just about 200 minutes. It was at like 198 minutes. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. But then I thought about it later, and I had started that video at exactly 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I noticed when I came into the club and I checked my phone and I checked the time on my phone, I noticed that it was still before 5 o'clock. So I was trying to do the math in my head as best I could, which I'm really bad at. But I was thinking to myself shortly after, I was like, wait a minute, 200 minutes, that would be at least 3 hours. That would be over 3 hours, wouldn't it? Because, you know, obviously an hour is 60 minutes, so 6 times 3 is 18, which would be 180 minutes. So yeah, for my video to have been 200 minutes, that would have been over 3 hours. And I knew that it couldn't have been 3 hours because I started it at 2 o'clock and I finished it before 5. So I kind of slowly started to realize that, and yeah, very strange. Very strange. I also noticed that when I check the timestamp, and I usually lately I've been covering the top of my screen with a rubber band to cover, like I have right now, and usually, like lately I've been doing this, but to cover the timestamp and to cover the view count. Let's just check the view count. 4, oh my gosh, it's the same as earlier. Well, okay, so, 5. All right, so right now it says that I have 4 to 5 viewers. And wait, what's the timestamp? I think the timestamp was 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes. Okay, so when I ended my previous video from earlier today, the one that got muted, when I checked the timestamp at the very end of it before I logged off, it said that I had 4 viewers. So it wouldn't make sense for me to have 4 viewers if there was no audio, right? And I remember the time that I can remember from when I had no audio before, I remember when I checked that timestamp at the end and moved the rubber band, I had 0 viewers then. So I was kind of a little like let down and like, you know, because I had 0 viewers. But then when I realized that video didn't have audio from when that happened in the past, I was like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense that I wouldn't have viewers if I didn't have audio. Whereas this more recent time from earlier today when I didn't have audio, I had 4 viewers. So it's like, well, why would I have viewers if I didn't have audio? Which I guess maybe I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I had audio in the live moment while I was doing the live stream, like as it was streaming live, but maybe it just, the audio just didn't upload to the actual video as the live was becoming a video to be processed on my channel and stuff. But that kind of wouldn't make sense either, because it looks like I got a comment in the regular comments section of a different video where somebody had tried to give me a heads up that I didn't have audio during that live. So, which I guess I would say thank you to that person if I want to thank that person, assuming that it's not somebody that's causing this issue or hacking my phone or just messing with me. This all just feels very off and frustrating. That's most of the stuff, you know, that I experience in my unfortunate world. Nothing new there. really. I mean, new in the details, but not new in the vibe, you know. Pretty similar in the general kind of vibe and gist that I get with most stuff. So, anyway, I do plan to try to come or go back out maybe possibly tomorrow or the next couple of days to try to re-say everything that I had said in that video. Well, okay, realistically, if this video has audio, then yes, I will try to do that. If this video does not have audio or not post properly, I guess maybe I'll just say to heck with it and not bother to do that. Or at least not in the next couple of days. Either way, honestly, I'll still probably try to redo that video and re-say all that stuff or try my best to. I still have the notes. They are scribbled out, but I can still kind of see what they say underneath the scribbles. And I've also been trying to rewrite them down as well. So I am going to try to redo that video. But yeah, depending on how this one goes, if this one does manage to go okay, I'll probably just try to redo that video a little bit sooner, like, yeah, later this week, and then within the next couple of days probably. Because I think, I don't want to jinx it, but I think we are supposed to get decent weather here where I am the next couple of, or few days for the rest of this week. But then if this video doesn't go okay, then I suppose I'll just put it off a little longer, and, you know, whenever I get around to it, I'm not going to prioritize it or anything, you know. I probably should try to get to the Apple store though. I really don't want to do it. It's just such a bummer when, you know, it's so difficult for me to try to go out and do stuff and find the time and the energy and the motivation. It's so difficult for me to try to find the time and the energy to begin with, but then especially the motivation, because with the motivation, it's like just knowing how rarely taking that time and energy to try to do stuff actually works out. It actually makes things better, you know. I just have a lot of doubts as to whether anybody at the Apple store would be able to help me with any of this. They're probably gonna not have a clue, you know what I mean? Because I had gone to my cellular provider 2 different places, because recently within the past year or so I've had 2 different cellular providers, and I really can't say that one was better than the other, honestly. They were both pretty crappy, and I've gone to both locations to try to talk to customer service representatives in person at those places about some of these issues that I've had with my phone and with my streams and with my YouTube and that kind of stuff, and just my phone in general, really. And they just haven't been helpful at all in the past. Maybe like somewhat to some extent, but just not as much as I would hope for or would like, you know. Anyways, I should probably just stop talking because, yeah, I don't want to waste more of my time too much for today. I've already wasted enough time today, so I'm sure there's more to waste in other ways, but I don't want to waste more of it here on my YouTube for today. I've had enough of YouTube time wastage for today. So I guess I'll put this stupid ass hat on. And should I put the logo in the front or the back? Do I really want to like represent Burger King that much? Not really, but I never eat there. I never intend to ever again in the future. No shade to Burger King. Like, I don't have anything against them, but I never really go out anywhere to eat stuff like that. Honestly, I really don't even like Built Bars. I mean, I don't hate them, but I think I've actually only done one protein bar review here on my channel before that I can recall anyways off the top of my head, and it was for a Built Bar. I'm pretty sure it was for chocolate chip cookie dough flavor, and I just remember with that review I was like, yeah, I don't really like this. I was like, hey Built Bar, if you want to sponsor me then I'll change my opinion, but I was obviously just joking around. But they're not terrible. You know, the amount of protein I guess is pretty good for the calories or whatever. Hold on. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't me called on stage. I just came back here after I had already been on stage to try to make sure that I wasn't going to be called while I'm in here, because there's quite a few other dancers that are going to be on, or should be on, between, like after me and between my next time to go on. So, I mean, yeah, they're a little pricey, I guess, to me for what they are, but I feel like the protein pound is decent. Oh, I really don't want to. Okay, so I've been wanting to have this for a while because I got it probably a few weeks ago by now. I actually have 2 other protein bars in my bag. One of them is from September 6th, and I've been wanting to have that one for a very long time, but I'm so weird about numbers and so OCD that I feel like I just don't want to have it unless it's on the 6th of the month. Which month, I'm not too sure, just the 6th. So just how it's worked out from September till now, or whenever I noticed that it was, I don't know, since whenever I put it in my bag until now, it just hasn't worked out for me to have it on the 6th of any month from then till now. But I'm hoping in the future at some point. It just has to be on the 6th because it expired September 6th, and I want to be able to say that it's exactly this month's past its due date. Yeah, because I'm weird like that, I guess, I don't know. And then I have this other, maybe I can show you the other one, because the other one's kind of funny to me. It's so smushed. I don't know, oh my gosh, yes. This one's from Trader Joe's, and I don't know where or when or how long I've had this, but it's very, in case you can't tell with how I'm showing it, it's very smushed and very flattened. So I just thought this one would be kind of funny to have on camera because it's so dilapidated, kind of, it seems like to me. I don't know. I really don't want to have that Built Bar right now. I do, but I don't want to do it on camera. I want to have it so bad, but I feel like if I have it off camera, it's going to waste. Because I've never had this flavor before. And I want to see if maybe it's any better than the last one that I had. I've had other flavors of theirs besides the cookie dough. The cookie dough is the only one that I've done on camera that I can recall. But besides that, I've had other flavors of theirs in the past. And it's not the flavors that I mind, it's just that, well, okay, so there's the oh my gosh, wait, this is a regular, oh no, it's a puff, okay. Because I was gonna say, there's the regular version of Built, and then there's the Built Puff. So, I've had both versions before, and neither one of them has filled me up or like satisfied my hunger enough in the past for it to be worth it, or for them to be worth it to me. But I think I like the texture of the puff ones better. The texture of the regular ones is very strange to me. I don't hate it, but I don't love it or even like it that much either. So yeah, anyways, I've had this and then the other 2 bars in my bag for a little while now. This is the most recent one. And just because I've never tried this flavor before, and I do kind of like the texture of the puff bars, I've been wanting to have this for a while, but then I'm like, oh, if I don't have it on camera, it goes to waste because I've done a Built Puff Bar review before, so I should do it with this one again or whatever, I don't know. I really wish I could, honestly, I wish I could try to redo everything that I said in my previous video from earlier today right now. But I wouldn't dare try to do that from here in the club, like, you know what I mean? Because obviously, yes, I'm in the club right now, and anyone can walk by that door and hear what I'm saying probably, which is really awkward to me. So yes, the stuff that I was talking about in my previous video, I would not want to say that here inside the club. Outside in the parking lot is one thing when I'm in my car, and obviously that's quite different. But yeah, this really sucks because I don't want to have to wait. I don't want to have to wait until like tomorrow or later on, whenever it might be, for me to redo that one. It's such a challenge to have a video be that long and then try to remember everything that I said, because obviously some of what I said was not in my notes. Most of it probably is, but the notes for that was like only one paper. I have many pages of paper notes. notes, but that particular video from earlier today was pretty much based off of just one of those papers. So on paper it doesn't look like a whole lot, but for that to turn into over 2.5 hours of talking is like, well, what could I have possibly been saying all that time, or how could that possibly take that long? So to try to remember as best I can, and like try to re-say it all, and then also remember the stuff that I didn't write down. It's a pain in the arse for sure. Anyway. This better not fall off onto my protein bar, or I'm gonna be very disappointed with everything. Like I already am anyways. Really. Alright, let's try this out. Let's add fuel to this horrendous dumpster fire of an existence that I have. I want to keep myself going to keep experiencing all these wonderful things that I get to experience. So I gotta fuel myself up for it. Oh my gosh. I want to make myself hate this video as much as I can, so that if it doesn't post, I'll be fine with it. I should just actually, this is pretty good. Instantly, this tastes really good. Oh wow, I like this one better than the other one that I had on camera right away. I am really hungry right now. This is good. I think this is putting me in a better mood, actually. Oh, I like this. Ooh. Oh, wow. 5 stars. Not out of 10, out of 5. Out of 10? Maybe I'll try to update later if it fills me up okay, but based on the past, they haven't filled me up much. I guess maybe they take the edge off a little bit, but not very well, not very much. Just going on the flavor and the texture though. Flavor and texture is honestly pretty much almost 5 or 10, depending on what we're going with for the scale. Yeah. It's great. It tastes great anyway. My mouth is happy. And my brain is feeling happy too with it. Yep. Wonderful. Awesome. Fantastic. I wish I could say those words for other things. I wish I could use those adjectives for more things in my life. My existence. Okay. No, it is good. It tastes fine. It's a protein bar. No, it is good. Fantastic. Almost over. Oh my god. I need to do something really embarrassing. Just start drooling all over myself. Oh, it's 9 o'clock on the dot. This is really good. It's really good, you guys. Taste and texture, this is good. I knew it would be though when I saw it in the store, because I've seen a lot of other flavors of these bars that have tempted me recently, but I usually resist getting them because of the price and because they don't really fill me up, or they haven't in the past. But when I saw this flavor, I couldn't resist. I don't know. Maybe it's because the wrapper is purple. Pinkish. I don't know. Something about the advertising. Well, it's... Oh, did I even say the flavor yet? Did I honestly can't remember. It's churro flavor. So like cinnamony. Cinnamony. I really like... I mean, I like cinnamon. But I especially like cinnamon in the winter. I really don't have cinnamon stuff as much in the summer. But in the winter, I go ham with the cinnamon. Like, I love cinnamon in the winter. Because they say it's a warming spice. And that's exactly, like, that's how it feels. That's how it seems to me. That's how it feels. That's how it seems. That's how it tastes to me. It's winter vibes. It's obviously not summer vibes with cinnamon. But definitely winter vibes. For sure. I feel like. That's what they say. That's what I say too. What can I do to for sure make myself hate this video so that I won't care if it posts properly? I'm pretty sure I thought that just having this would do it, but I actually really like this bar, so now I'm like, oh. This is so awkward hearing people laugh. I should just invite them in. Taz is here tonight, but she's probably busy. I don't think she knows I'm in here right now. I hate myself. Am I allowed to say that? I actually don't. I really don't hate myself at all. Or to a point I do, but not that much. I think I hate something. I'm just not sure what it is. I hate a lot of stuff. I don't know. I hate many aspects of what I experience, that's for sure. But not this. This is great. Bye-bye. Oh, hold on. Oh. It's really good. Now it's over. I had some nice little moments of pleasure there. Now it's finished. Now it's all done. And now I'm back to being sad. I was sad to begin with. I've been sad throughout this entire time, but now I'm more sad. It's all gone. What more? Well, okay. That's that, I guess. Alright. I did really like that. Loving this hat right now. On a scale of, on a scale of 5, I would give it, I guess, a 4 or a 4.5. 4.5 for the flavor and texture. Overall, I guess maybe a 4 because didn't fill me up, I can already tell. Oh god. Scale of 10, 1 to 10. I guess an 8.5 for flavor and texture. Possibly a 9, or realistically probably an 8.5 though. Or 8, I don't know. I guess it can only be so great being a protein bar. Although overall I really do like protein bars a lot. And I find them to be very handy for someone like me, especially. My sort of type of lifestyle, although expensive, like pretty much anything I guess these days. Overall though, on a scale of 1 to 10, I guess, yeah, I'd probably have to bump it down to a 7. Which isn't bad, still pretty good. Excuse me. Alright. That's that. So hopefully this video posts okay, but if it doesn't, I really don't care that much, which is awesome. I need to stop caring about things because, yeah, it ain't worth it. Nothing is for me. But I'm gonna keep trying to convince myself that it is, because that's the only way to keep forcing myself to go forward, or try to as best I can, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. I should get that tattooed across my forehead and cover my ugly freaking fat face. It really wouldn't cover it. It would just add to the ridiculousness of it, I guess. But I should get that as a tattoo. Does anybody have that as a tattoo? I'm sure somebody does, or some people. How many people have that as a tattoo? So inspirational, you guys. Like, it's up there, top quotes. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get it like down here, like lower back tattoo. Right through my bum crack. It is as like a line of text going through my bum crack. It is what it is. Or I'm sure there's other places we could put it. I could put it. I know right where I can put it. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Oh my god. Okay, well, bye for now, guys. Hopefully, I'll be able to come back on again soon. Keep on keeping on. It's what you gotta do, because it is what it is. All right. Oh, for now. What am I doing? I'm supposed to do that. Here. Love this hat, by the way.